Yo, I tried to do I tried to do my edges and it looked like I got on a wig, okay? But this is all me for real. It looks crazy, honey. God bless. Hi, Cancer. Happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. If your birthday has passed, if you're a Cancer sun, if you're a different Cancer placement, welcome. My apologies for the delay. This is part two. I did a reading for you that uploaded fine. But then I did a reading for Leo and I recorded an entire reading for Leo and I was mute or silent the entire time. And so I decided to delete both videos and start fresh, start brand new. And today is the day of the Capricorn full moon. Let me make sure I can be heard before I continue. One 111. Okay. Hold on. Do not disturb. Hold on. Can you hear me? Okay, I can be heard. Okay. Cancer. Okay, let's get started. So again, happy Capricorn full moon. It does peak this afternoon. I have a list of the transits next to me. We're going to do a sneak peek into each retrograde that's happening. Venus shifts twice this month as well. We'll do a sneak peek into that as well. I do feel called to do an all signs for each retrograde because I do feel like all of the retrogrades are working together to create major life changes for us throughout the rest of this year and into 2026 and 2027. That's just what I'm getting intuitively. Okay? Okay. But let's pray. Let's burn some sage. What? Hold on. Okay. Let us pray. God, divine source, angels, ancestors, guides, universe, thank you for this Jupiter day. Thank you for this Thursday. Thank you for another day of life. Thank you for allowing me to guide Cancer placements on their July 2025 reading. Thank you for allowing me to be a clear guide, clear channel, clear vessel as I speak to them on what to expect as the month unfolds. God, please bless each and every heart and soul that taps into this energy with me whenever they are guided to do so. Allow us all to be divinely guided and divinely led. No weapon formed against us shall prosper. Gratitude, Ashe. Okay. All right. So before we get into the transits, we're going to start each sign with tarot. I usually like to start with the oracle, but we're going to switch things up. Now, I do feel like for you Cancer placements, July is highlighting multiple realities that you have the ability to choose from, okay? So some realities reflect love, happiness, abundance. Yeah, it's like what you want versus what you don't want. But yeah, some realities reflect love, happiness, joy, fulfillment, a lack of worry in a sense. Because, you know, there's always some form of concern, you know, no matter how tapped in, how much faith we have, there's the light, and then there's the dark. There's what we want and versus what we don't want. It's just a part of the balance. It's a part of the equilibrium. But you are also being shown what it looks like to have a lack of love, to not have connections. Connections are a theme for you. And yes, you are the mother of the zodiac. We are in Cancer season right now. And I feel like this comes up for you every Cancer season, Cancer placements. Like connections are more so highlighted, you know, who you are connected to, what you have disconnected from. There's a lot of the who, what, when, where, how, and why. How did we get here, and why did we have to experience that in order to get here? So with these realities that you are seeing with your own eyes through different people that are in your energetic or physical environment throughout the month of July, like spirit is like, you know, based on the current path that you're on, you could continue down this road and experience this, or you could change course and experience this. So it kind of feels like, you know, some of you, you may be at a crossroads. As I say that, I hear crossroads by Bone Thugs and Harmony. So this could be, you know, experiencing just you're changing. It could be a physical death, an ego death. We are in the year of the snake, so it's a lot of shedding, which would represent that crossroads energy as well. Like now that I hear I'm through this, I'm over this, and I'm here now, where do I go? And it's like you can go backward, or you can go forward, or you can just create a new lane for yourself. It's really up to you. Hi, Billy. Yeah, the High Priestess. Okay, let's see what's going on in your life. The Cardinals are feasting. So, the root chakra. And it's interesting. I mentioned this in your last video that I deleted, but when it comes to, I'm a person, I love to dance in the rain, but I haven't been allowed to dance in the rain like I would prefer to dance in the rain. And I've been paying attention to the coat of the birds. Watch the coat of the birds, especially if you're a bird watcher like me. Like, I don't know what, I know it's wars in the skies right now, okay? It's a lot going on. But there's something about the precipitation, I don't know what word I was about to say, but it's affecting their coat. And like when it comes to an animal, even when it comes to us, you know, the skin is the largest organ on the body. So when it comes to like you having an animal, a dog, a cat, or whatever the case may be, you know, a good coat of hair or body of hair is a reflection of healthiness. And you know, where there's patches, or I don't know, now I'm seeing alopecia, but it's a representation of, you know, something's wrong. So your body is very loud as well. And I feel like when it comes to choosing your reality and which path, based on what you're seeing, your body is telling you what will free you based on the energetic feeling, based on what you choose, and what will create more heaviness. And you know, heaviness is, who says that? I hear heaviness is the first way up out of here. Now that quote, like the way I heard it, some of y'all may tap into her. I used to, I do not anymore for my own personal reasons. But Isis Wisdom, her, that's interesting. The Knight of Pentacles fell out when I said that. All right, let's pull a card. Cancer, July 2025. July 2023 connects to July 2025. So 2 years ago. And that's Be Careful, Arkeli Sparkle. Today is Capricorn full moon. Arkeli is Capricorn. I don't know what Sparkle is. We looked her up before. We'll look her up again. But, you know, 2 years ago, promises was all I heard. Now, that could be person to person or spiritually to you. Hanged Man in reverse, Pisces. Eight of Cups. It's time to walk away from something. Yeah, you've been stuck in limbo. or I hear stuck in a specific transit, but that would be birth chart speaking. I don't know. What's happening in Cancer's life? But it does, you are ready to walk away from something. You're energetically exhausted with something. I feel like your body is also tired of something. You're overworked and underpaid. Three of Cups is sideways. Eight of Swords is sideways. So this is truly a choice between two paths. But it's like if you keep someone around, you're going to remain stuck. You have to walk. So for you to achieve freedom, I don't know, I'm being drawn back to Juneteenth, but for you to achieve freedom, you have to cut somebody off. And again, there's a theme of connections for you. So with this coming up, I watched that movie. I was at my sister's house. I was in Virginia this past weekend for a day. And the movie with Keke Palmer and SZA, I watched that for the first time. Now, in watching it, if you've seen it, watching it and observing the friendship dynamic, like I kept telling my sister is a Cancer. I was like, if it was me, she would have been cut off. Like, no, we would have been done. But, you know, it's 9:36 right now as I say that. But the ending of it, you know, yeah, it was a rough ride, but, you know, they both ended up achieving success. But again, even though they achieved the success together and it was a rough ride with them together, they both, like, different paths were chosen in order to achieve that freedom. Like, different decisions were made in order to achieve that freedom. They had to think outside of the box. So it's like if you have people, and this is a statement that I live by, as I elevate, everything and everyone around me needs to too. If there is stagnation, then I just have to let them go, because that creates an anchor for me that I have graduated and ascended from. So for you, it's like, you know, you may be on this path, you're ready for something new, you're ready for just brand new, whatever that is for you. Like, again, you're energetically exhausted with something, you feel trapped and you're ready to untrap yourself. It definitely feels like you are doing all that you can to really tap into your own inner magician. I'm seeing the Magician card in my mind's eye, but there are people that you want to take with you that are not willing to either put in the same work or just have the due diligence to recognize it's time to elevate and ascend and move forward despite whatever the fuck is going on. But it's like a lot of people are using their circumstances as excuses to not create change, which is, again, it has that, we're going back to being stuck in that transit of a crossroads. So if you're a person that often finds yourself at a crossroads and you are water energy, so when it comes to water, Eight of Cups, you know, your emotions are involved, your intuition is involved, and I feel like a lot of you have trouble discerning which voice is your higher self versus which voice is your lower self, because there is a lot of emotional response through fear, through the what if versus, you know, this is the reality that I want, this is the reality that I choose, and this is the reality that I am going to walk in. Like, you're not affirming it, I don't know, it's like literally the ball is in your hand. I'm seeing a football, but the ball, like, you have a tight grip, and then it's like you start to get scared and shake, and now that tight grip is now loosened. So it's like where you have yourself and you're standing firm on that, you start to think about everything else that starts to create an ungrounded version of you. What I hear disabled, but a more so dysfunctional nervous system. And it's like, we don't have to be here, Cancer. For lovers, the lovers, the Tower, hold on, lovers in reverse, Tower upright, Five of Wands in reverse, and Nine of Wands. So you're definitely being asked to stand your ground, but you have to cut somebody off. It could be, I keep hearing be careful, because it might turn around on you. I don't know. You better be careful. And I feel like with this, it's like you may be, your spirit team may be trying to save you from someone else's karma. And going back to that, you can choose to go backwards, you can choose to go forward, or you can choose to create your own lane. I do feel like you're being asked to truly create your own lane. Like the backward and forward, it's like more so a common narrative. So with Uranus now being in Gemini, Uranus represents radical change. And going back to that movie, I can't think of the name, but it's like, again, thinking outside of the box to make a way out of no way. But people have to, like, the environment needs to change. The people need to change. And I feel like this has been something that it comes up for you ever so often, and you keep game. But again, the energy of connections, yeah, the Three of Swords, you feel like holding on is better, and it's not. Like, this is, yeah, Judgment. This is some energy like you are in a very thin line between, and look what's the Magician. But yeah, you're in a very thin line between, I feel like I don't have the place to say this, but I'm a conduit. Um, like living the rest of this life in purgatory and then being reincarnated here to go through it all again, versus truly freeing yourself, your family, your children, your lineage. I don't know. It's very, this, whatever choice of reality, it's very, very personal. It's like you're stepping into a gateway to, I'll finish. You're stepping into a gateway into fulfillment, but there's something, it's like I'm seeing, like there's a tightrope, but that tightrope, it's more so like a connection, and it's a cord. But it's knotted. Hold on. Now I'm being drawn to some fucking hoodoo voodoo. I don't know what's going on, but there's something about attachments and connections. And every lifetime with all of these pentacles, how many, hold on, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 11 lifetimes. That's justice. So it's like for 11 lifetimes the scales have been unbalanced. So you have between now and Libra season Cancer placements, which Libra season is when we're in the next eclipse season, which would be the final eclipse season of this snake year. Like, this is heavy on your last chance, okay? And it may sound like an ultimatum, strength energy, and intuitively that's what the fuck it feels like. An ultimate, it's spiritually, it's like, do you choose God or do you choose the devil? Seriously. With strength being here as well, I do feel like August is really going to test you, yeah, with this Knight of Pentacles. And you know, 8 energy does represent cycles. It does represent abundance too, but again, you can repeat the same lessons, or you can just choose the opposite. Again, what is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. Like, the choice is yours. What else is happening in the life of Cancer? So you have 2 kings here. I hear king by T.I. T.I. is a Libra. Oh, let's look up what sparkle is. Her birthday is May 13th. R. Kelly's is January 8th. I don't know why I thought his shit was in December, but anywho. That 8 energy though. No, not him. Her. Okay, May 13th. What is that? Is that Taurus? Yeah, it is. So Taurus energy. Interesting. Okay, so you have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. The heart and the mind. You see, okay. So you see how in this King of Swords, okay, the mind, heavy in the mind, okay? Baby, the blackbirds, the crows specifically, are trying to like show you something. And you see how his eyes are open looking, but your energy, the King of Cups, I feel like you're heavily in your masculine energy and very disconnected from your feminine energy, whether you are masculine or feminine. If you're feminine, you're operating out of masculine energy, and I feel like this is your lower self as well. But the King of Cups, it's like I choose to not see what the fuck spirit is trying to show me. Okay, this is like, you know, Neptune, and I with this Neptune retrograde, which begins, oh, it began on July 4th, Independence Day. Neptune went retrograde. Okay, so it's like, you know, with whatever you choose to be in la la land about, like, oh, it's not that serious, it's not that detrimental. Don't look at my nails, my birthday is coming up. Okay, but anywho, I'm looking at them, which is why I'm saying something. But it's like, you can, the obliviousness, it's not, it's like, okay, you choose not to see, then where are the spirits around him? Okay, you have all of these guys, all of nature, like, can you see? Are you listening to the messages? Are you following the path? But this is like, no. You know, yes, he has the sun around him. Okay, the enlightenment is there. But where is the protection? Where is the guidance? It's not there. So again, two different paths. And it's like, whatever you think your heart wants, you, beloved, you may be offended, but you are in delusion about that. So there's a need, like, I don't know. August is, I know we're discussing July. But it's literally a chain of events. It's a domino effect. It's like literally every choice, every step in a certain direction that you choose to take, you are going to experience that domino effect immediately. Like, again, last chance. I think that's a Trace Songs. If this is my last chance to love you, I'm gonna do it like a play is supposed to, some shit like that. It's, I don't know. For some of you, it's like you need to be clear on the spirit you're working with as well. Yeah, death and rebirth in reverse, 13. So sparkle, yeah, something that you think. You need to go back to 2 years ago. These two kings, 2 years ago. It's, yeah, somehow it's all connected and documented. All right, what else with this energy for Cancer? The sun. So you had the strength, Leo, sun, Leo, but the sun is more so giving summer solstice. And then we have 13 again. Seven of Cups, confusion, inner conflict, Three of Wands, but still afraid to make a move. So I don't know, someone really does not want to see you experience a possibility that you don't have to experience. So there is a bit of divine intervention here, yeah, and then you are here, Cancer, but the Tower is divine intervention. For others of you, it's, you don't know how to listen. You know how to talk, but you don't know how to listen. I don't know what that's about. Listen to receive, like it's that, I hear that in particular, listening to receive. But it doesn't feel like, you know, people are in a I told you so type of energy, but you're not listening. I don't know. I feel like this is very, it's more, I'm speaking more so spiritually, but, you know, God speaks through people too. But no matter how, it's like no matter how God communicates, you still act confused. You don't listen. I don't know. It's like listening could truly save your life. But there's a lot of ego here, which is connected to that masculine energy with these two kings here. Now, I'm going to change the story just a little bit. If you are a feminine Cancer, there could be a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Water energy is you, but another Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Four of Wands is in reverse, and now we have the Queen of Swords. So that's a pair. But this is, I hear unhappy home, but It's giving a break of a home. What's the King of Cups? Hold on. So strength flew out on top of the King of Swords. But what's the King of Cups? I see the Ace of Cups. It's a lot of fire. But again, this is a representation of summer solstice. I don't know if this is a breakup. I don't know if this is a ghosting cutoff. I don't know. There's a lot of people here. Hold on. We got the Knight of Wands here, the Page of Swords here, the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords. We have Strength, the Sun, a lot of Leo, more Leo. This could be Leo season. Six of Wands here. The Five of Wands still in reverse. The Ten of Pentacles is in reverse. Four of Cups, you're unhappy. Nine of Wands in reverse, and we're back to you're tired of fighting. It's a lot of people. Some of you, you could be telling a lot of people about what you got going on and receiving a lot of opinions. You could be talking to everyone but God, and that's a problem. Yeah, with this Page of Swords, talking to everyone but the divine, but you talking to the divine will actually give you what you want and then more. But it's like receiving advice from human perspective versus divine perspectives, and it's very interesting. You know, yes, we can take advice from children. We really can, right? I don't think there should be any judgment with that. But it's like if someone has been in the same financial situation all their fucking life, okay, you know, because I have been in a place I was living paycheck to paycheck, fucking payday loan after fucking payday loan. Like I fucked up, okay, but now, honey, the credit is good. I got a little bit of savings. I'm doing well for myself, okay. Then compared to now, okay, it's truly been a 180, but it took discipline, it took sacrifice, it took, honey, telling myself no, and then, you know, realizing where I say no, or if I choose to wait on something because I'm choosing that disciplinary action, the universe, God, my ancestors, they reward me. It's an energy exchange, right? But it's like if I was still in that place where my accounts are overdrawn and honey, I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, but I don't even have the money to pay Paul type of energy, then I would not take any financial advice from a person like me being in that same situation. But it's like, you know, trying to, yeah, I don't know, it's like, you know, wanting to talk to someone about changing your life and achieving your dreams when they would never, you know, take that leap of faith that you are willing to take. It's like I cannot learn from you, I cannot grow from you. But it's like the people that you're receiving this information from, they're not where you want to go. And it's like, you know, you're having these conversations and still being unfulfilled, still seeking answers because the source is incorrect, if that makes sense. So with the Ten of Pentacles being in reverse, I feel like I hear Casey and JoJo all my life, but I do feel like all of your life, like what you saw as a child growing up, what you have now may be an emotional traumatic response to your childhood, but something that it's a life that you're living right now that's truly not your truth. I don't know how to say that really any other way. It's like, you know, it's like, I don't know. I really don't know how to say that any other way. And I feel like all of summer is showing you areas in your life that you are actively living and progressing through, or what you perceive as progressing through. Like this is not really what you want, Cancer. It's like you're more so, it's like you're bound, you're trapped. And for some reason, I'm being drawn to, I think it's called BDSM, but like 50 Shades of Grey type shit. Now, 50 Shades of Grey is a little bit different, okay? There's some passion behind that, okay? And they both wanted it. in that way. But you know, things got intense and there was aggression, all of that, right? But no, I'm more so seeing like someone that loves to please, and it's just like they're bound, like they just have to take it. They can never exercise their freedom of pleasing and pleasure. I don't know. It's very, I don't know. And maybe that could contribute to the cord as well. Like there's a sexual cord here that needs to be cut. I don't know. This is very deep. And for some reason, I feel the need to advise you, like even if you're on some, you're not physically active, but it's phone sex, if there is any form of orgasm throughout that time, that is a cord being connected. It really does go that deep. And now I'm seeing like rope around someone's ankle again. Like you don't realize the trap that you're allowing yourself to be intertwined. And with intertwined, something is much more messier than you think. I don't know what I'm talking about, but you're about to see. I feel like all summer it's going to be highlighted. And now I hear boom shakalaka. I don't fucking know. Let's move on. Where are we? 30 minutes. Okay. It's 10. I'm good. Queen of Wands. But there's it's a lot of, you need to keep people out of your business too. I hear, especially if you're going to stay with that fuck nigga. Yeah, Emperor. If you're not going to change anything, I just hear shut the fuck up. People are tired of hearing you. Hearing you. Very interesting. Someone could be like literally talking to you this way, or this is just like if someone, I don't know, there's this narrative of, I just wish you would shut the fuck up. I really don't know. I feel like I'm in somebody's shadow right now. All right, what else for Cancer? Can we just get more dated, more practical? Even though it's very spiritual. Page of Wands in reverse. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Three of Swords sideways. What the fuck is this? Going back to what I was saying that I lost track of. If you're a feminine energy, you should, I feel like you don't know how to court, or not court, but what's the word? Vet. There's this, you struggle with vetting properly, like vetting candidates for yourself, especially if you're single. It's like you fall for, I hear the facade very easily. This has been a pattern of yours. And I feel like there's a test coming to see if you've mastered that level of discernment based on time and solitude, or if you'll just fall for anything again. Especially with us ending with the Hierophant. It's like, has the lesson been learned or no? And I feel like there's a test coming in July. So I intentionally wore my pajamas today, of the holly tree, bush, I don't know. But the holly, because it's Capricorn full moon, and, you know, Christmas is in Capricorn season, even though I really don't celebrate Christmas, okay? Honey, it's just another reason to spend money. I do mine a little different. I just do mine a little different. But a part of the intention of wearing what I have on this Capricorn full moon on July, what's today? The 10th? July 10th, 2025, is that you don't have to wait until a particular season, day of the year experience in order to experience I'll just say the essence of Christmas, okay? Like, you don't have to wait until you achieve that fucking mile high milestone before you take yourself on vacation. Like, you don't have to wait until fucking, it's like always working, and then, you know, the common human, I'll say, always working, okay, to for that 401k and retirement, and then it's like the time you have to spend on it is literally a small percentage of your life versus all that time you spend in putting that energy into manifesting or creating that abundance to experience at a later time, if that makes sense. So, and I'm not saying reward yourself if you not doing shit either. No. Um, but if you are making an effort to be better, to do better, to make a different decision, and there is some type of consistency more than there has ever been before, then it is okay to reward yourself for that. Because once you reward yourself for that, it's like, damn, that feels good. Let me do more. Okay. When we receive, we want more. And so it's like, well, if it's something that I want and I love it when I receive it, how can I make sure that this is a continuous thing, you know? But it's like you kind of have the opposite effects with that energy. It's like, fuck, if the goal is not achieved how I want it to be achieved, again, this is all ego. If it's not this number of sales, this number in the bank account, whatever the case may be, then I can't do shit. I have to stay stuck where I'm at. And that is a fucking illusion. Okay, Four of Pentacles in reverse, the more that you try to hold on to that energy, the more that you will not receive. And it's like what you do have, what you have built will start to crumble because there you're holding on to it's a false reality. And it's like you whole time you think you're moving forward, but you're not moving at all. It's like instead of the earth rotating forward, it's rotating backwards, you know, just metaphorically speaking. And so with Three of Swords, like, it's like however you do things now, you are really more so hurting yourself versus helping yourself. And there's a need to make a new commitment to yourself. Hierophant, Taurus energy. Now, Taurus is what? The second house. The second house is your money, your stability, your resources, versus its opposite, Scorpio, eighth house, cycles, where it's other people's money, other people's resources, taxes, all of that. So when it comes to you, your abundance, your fulfillment, you know, what you desire, a lot of you are doing better than anyone else in your circle, but you treat yourself as if you don't do shit. Like you don't take care of yourself how you take care of others, and that is a problem. And that's a reality that needs to shift because it's hurting you. The Magician, honey. And so, as I mentioned at the beginning, you're trying to get back, you're trying to get into this Magician energy to truly manifest. And the best way to get into it is to really emperor yourself, but really empress yourself, whether masculine or feminine. Take care of you, mind, body, soul, health, food, all of that. Yeah. 4-4. Your fours are in reverse. So yeah, there is, some of you have been disconnected from the divine, and the divine is, I hear, shutting shit down for you to reconnect. This pain is for you to connect to God, not to people, not to humans. Humans are not your footstool. God is. Period. Split the deck to Eight of Swords, and that frees you. Period. Oh, that was sweet. Yeah, the heart, clear quartz. That's love. Yeah, wizard balance. All right. Let's look into each of these transits real quick. All right. Clarify the Venus and Gemini transit for Cancer places. Sneak peek, please. Venus and Gemini for Cancer placements. That happened July 4th. Thank you. All right. Also, Neptune retrograde in Aries for Cancer placements. Clarify this energy, please. Thank you. All right. Uranus and Gemini, which happened 7-7. Thank you. Capricorn full moon, which is today. Oof. Saturn retrograde, which begins July 13th. You kept getting 13 energy. So Capricorn, you're opposite. On the best. Mercury retrograde, July 18th. Mercury retrograde will be in Leo. That could also explain that Leo energy. So Saturn retrograde and Mercury retrograde, it may be a bit intense for a lot of you to push you into a brand new beginning. Hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Leo season for Cancer, please. Oh, I love that. Chiron retrograde in Aries for Cancer. That's on July 30th. I skipped the Leo new moon. Leo new moon for Cancer placements on July 24th. So because I accidentally skipped the Leo new moon and it's right here in front of my face, I feel like you're skipping out on something around that time. Last but not least, Venus in Cancer, which is July 30th. Venus enters your energy, and it's interesting you have 2 cards for that when the rest we had 1. And then on the bottom, clarifying this July planetary energy, you have Wisdom, the Witch Doctor. So it is a matter of higher self versus lower self. So representing the Venus in Gemini transit that started July 4th and is lasting until July 29th, you have peace. Okay, peace. Mirror energy. I hear Mirror by Neo. Vanity could be a theme as well. Venus and Gemini, you know, looking at yourself different, noticing how you are changing in physical appearance, body. You could be wanting to do a change to yourself, a change in hair, workout routine, eating routine. I don't know, but it feels like you're taking a very good and hard look at yourself throughout this Venus and Gemini transit, and figuring out what you want to change, what you are dissatisfied with, but figuring out how to change that naturally, okay? Now, with Neptune being retrograde in Aries, that started July 4th, you have future love letter, I love you, in reverse. So this Neptune retrograde transit is showing you the illusions of what you think is love and who is giving you love versus what isn't. It's clarifying what real love is. It's real love versus fake love all day. Illusion versus truth when it comes to love. Okay, Uranus in Gemini, radical change. You have initiation in reverse. So there's something that you've been resisting. And again, as the saying goes, what you resist persists. Okay, but there's something you've been resisting that is a part of your purpose, your calling in this life, your North Node. And it's interesting. This could have to do with speaking about something, because like my throat, my chest, it's getting heavy, or it's like every time you're about to do it, you fold on it. The more that you delay, the more that you are stopping a breakthrough. So Uranus in Gemini transit is whatever you've been holding back, you're starting to release, to really set you on the path of fame for some of you. Luxury is coming up, but your purpose, okay, your calling. Now, this Capricorn full moon that is today, you have Agbe Bliss in reverse, which is a representation of the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So this Capricorn full moon is showing you, again, which reality will you choose? It's very, very crucial and important to choose wisely. If you want change, you have to make a different choice when it comes to people, places, and things, and all of the above. 444 in the timer. Okay. The Saturn retrograde that begins on the 13th of July, we have change in reverse. So Saturn is like God's right hand and divine intervention in your life, especially with the opposite. Also, with this change in reverse, again, you've been very much in your masculine energy, very much in your ego, and where that energy has blocked you, it's like you're experiencing death, energetic deaths in those areas to realign you, okay? it's like if you don't, some change is going to have to happen inevitably. So it's like if you choose not to stand in your power and create it, then loss will happen for it to be created. Okay. Next we have Mercury retrograde, freedom in reverse. And we started this conversation about freedom, and we are in the shadow of retrograde as we speak. And again, Mercury retrograde is in Leo. Leo is the inner child. So there's a lot, as I mentioned, that you've built in your adult life based on traumatic childhood responses, reactions, all of that. And you think that what you built now is truly free, is truly fulfilling for you, and it's not. And Mercury retrograde is here to dismantle that illusion, okay, and to show you exactly where you are trapped and roped, okay? And then change flipped upright. Yeah, okay, got you, spirit. Now, Leo season, we have a spirit act. I love this. So again, August is going to be a test of how you're going to move forward. Are you going to stay? Or are you going to come up out of the shadows and make it do what it do? Leo season is going to test your courage for sure. Okay. The Leo new moon, we have seduction in reverse, and that was the energy. This card was the more skipped over. So you could be entertaining someone throughout July, not all of you, but whatever you're entertaining, whatever you're testing the waters to, you're going to realize it's not really what you want. You could find yourself being gaslit in a situation, but whatever it is, you are removing yourself from a situation. It's like you're about to, and I just hear nope next, like nope next. So the letter N could be significant. Now the Chiron retrograde that will be in Aries starting July 30th, we have sexuality in reverse. This is interesting. It's very simple. If you've been sexually active, you may be called to abstinence at this time, semen retention at this time, to really harness your power, your sacral. I don't know, something to do with healing the sacral, the solar, and the root chakra. If you have been abstinent for quite some time, baby, sexual healing is on the way. Okay. And then lastly, with the Venus entering Cancer transit, you have vision in reverse and compassion in reverse. So Venus in Cancer is going to show you how you've been a mean mother to yourself, whether you're masculine or feminine, how you have been very hard on yourself, how you have lacked compassion with yourself, lacked grace with yourself, lacked forgiveness with yourself, where you've held on to resentment, and how that energy has blocked your foresight, your intuitive gifts, your forward movement. And it's coming to show you what needs to be healed and loved in order for you to truly walk through the gates of heaven, whatever that perception is for you, metaphorically, okay, in reality. And again, all of this is to make you wiser. Okay? Okay. All right, let's see what major transformations you're going through personally, or what else Spirit wants to say in general. Cancer, July 2025. Hear Motivation by Kelly Rowland. Maybe this is motivation. Now here, TI Motivation again. So 13 again. Yo, Saturn retrograde is not coming to play with you. If you've been playing, it's time to get serious. Serious as a motherfucker, okay? Again, by choice or by force. So you have Dream Thief, Refusal of the Call. And then Stars in the Sky, Limitless Possibility. I feel like you're going to have a specific dream. You're going to have a dream about two paths. I'm also seeing a dream about two paths, and it's 10-13 right now. Yeah, there's a major shift coming, a major change coming. You're going to do something, you know, how we say, like, you know, gift has been passed down from the ancestors. You're about to do something in regards to your bloodline that has never been done before for your bloodline. For a lot of you, we're about to go deep for a second, but again, you're not of this world. So a lot of you incarnate into different bloodlines to heal. And woo, shit. Damn, this is deep, okay? You have incarnated into different bloodlines, different last names to heal. Every bloodline that you've incarnated, because I think we went back to the last 11 lifetimes, right? But they say there's 12 tribes of Israel. I think there's 13 tribes, and 13 has been heavy. And if you've been tapped in with me for a while, I've said this before, but it's not something that I mention often. But there's 13 tribes. I feel like there was 13 disciples. There's, women have 13 cycles. So the number 13, it is a positive number and is perceived to be negative. And I feel like there's this shift that you're doing with this limitless possibility. Like, it's like Spirit is going to show you what you have been doing, called here to do. Something about this reality, this age of Aquarius, it's different in this reality, but you're about to do something with ancestral wisdom in reverse and adaptability in reverse. But in this 9-year balancing act, you're going to at least initiate it in 2025. So this means before spring solstice 2026, the real new year. That's going to change the trajectory of everything. But this comes through meditation, heavy energy on your dream realm. Definitely journal your dreams. They're coded visions, okay? Yeah, overwhelming plenty. So if you are starting to notice money slow up, or when Spirit wants to get your attention, they test your money. All right, so where you're used to having an overflow and abundance, again, there's a need to be disciplined. Okay, you keep making promises to Spirit that you're not keeping, and because of that, your money is affected. And for others of you, it's like if you're holding on too tightly, that's not the energy of abundance. Yeah, possibility for union. So there's a major healing between poverty and abundance for you. Limitless possibility. Some of you are going to realize where you have limited yourself, you have no limits. You are unlimited. You are a resource. Yeah, I have the needle, intentionality. And this is 17, Aquarius energy. So Leo season is going to show you your true worth, the worth that you don't see. And what you do with that is up to you. Connectivity. Treasures hidden in the shadows. Yeah, what's hidden, Leo will bring to light. The sun will bring to light. What's done in the dark comes to the light as well. So pay attention. I feel like there's some revelations coming for some of you. And for a lot of you, it's like you don't know what to do next. Connect to God, connect to Source. Really connect to your spirit team. Initiation. And again, you could be seeking guidance from your ancestors specifically. And it's like, whatever you're asking on guidance for, no one's ever done before. So you are a seed of God. Go straight to the source. Okay? Bridge that gap, heal that connection with you and the divine, so you can really get on this initiation and become limitless. Okay? Yeah. I hear my help coming from the Lord, but dead ass for you. Yeah, clarity and organization. Number 1, go to the source and you'll have all that you need, every answer. And then look, you have 9/11 here. So you're experiencing a tower moment to experience an Egyptian New Year. Both represent 9/11. You have balancing act, deep quiet meditation and stillness. There needs to be more me time incorporated for you in July. More time in nature, more time to connect with the divine. And there is an ego death, as we mentioned several times. If there's a mirror that is broken around you, or that you break, or glass that breaks, do not view it. Perception is everything. As what did it say? 70 years of bad luck. That means a shattering of glass. Something that was once clear, it's an illusion is being broken. A reflection is being broken. A thought process is being broken. Like, think of that as there is a chain being broken, a thought process. So with that being said, glass breaking, people connected to 7 years of bad luck. But the mind, the psyche is developed from the ages of 0 to 7. So with that being said, a thought process, again, the difference between poverty versus abundance, what you have been in scarcity about, like all of that is dismantling. Look what's on the bottom. Crown game is right use of power. Thank you, God. 8 energy. Anything else from this deck? Yeah, a lot of you have been pouring from an empty cup. It's time to heal, celebrate, honor yourself. A lot of you, you've done so much, and I'm referring to the people that have made change. Yeah, you chose different. Okay, you went through the consequences of your actions. You paid your karmic debt, but you're still living like you ain't done shit. Okay, and that's been coming up a lot for me personally, and it's a struggle when it's like the way the psyche is wired based on your own anecdotal experiences, but it's not a truth. Yeah, lightning disruption, it's fucking up the peace frequency. Cancer placements, July of 2025. Anything else? Your destiny, 18. Your destiny is being revealed through your dreams. Yeah, crystals, achievement, and evil eye protection. Psalms 23 is a theme for you throughout July. Yeah, but don't be scared to take a chance. What you're fearful of doing is really what will bring you into divine balance, your light and your shadow self. Okay, but you are heavily protected. You may want to work with labradorite, or hematite. Something about the ice, the crystals with the ice, labradorite, hematite. But your destiny is protected if you choose to walk the path of it. That's beautiful. You have anything else for Cancer for July? All right, that's it. But pay attention to what dismantles, what creates issues and chaos for you. That's what needs to go. That's what you need to detach yourself from, because those are the building blocks around you. Okay? Cancer, to be fair, it's a lot of Libra energy here. There's a lot of karmic justice at play as well. But it won't go into full effect until you completely shift into a new direction. You're in between worlds. You have your one foot in the past, one foot in the present, and there's a need to really go all in and take a chance, okay? It's like you be betting on yourself, but in small ways. It's like go big or go home. As long as you're loyal to yourself, Cancer, you won't fail. But being inflexible and rigid and stern and focus on things and the ego having things play out one way, you're gonna be unhappy and stressed. So release the confusion, connect to your soul, connect to the divine, and once the divine shows you, move forward in that path and don't look back. A change in the wind, period. All right, let's bring this to a close. Final advice for Cancer for July. Advice for Cancer for July, please. What final words do you have for Cancer placements in July? You want me to read these upright? No, we're going to read them how they are. Okay. You could definitely be seeing 10-10. So you have the 10 of water, 10 of cups. It's in reverse. You have a contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. So with this being reversed, Spirit is saying you have untrustworthy relationships around you. Your emotional needs and material needs are not being met. And the rewarding family life that you think you have, you really don't. You're going to notice how where you have been saying your cups are overflowing, how they're truly empty. So where you've been dishonest with yourself, there's about to be these radical moments of honesty. 1023, 1, 2, 3. You also have the Page of Fire, which would be the Page of Wands in reverse. Outgoing, creative, confident, mischievous. News of an exciting new endeavor. Use your originality and ingenuity. I think that's how you say it. But with this being in reverse, you've been scared to truly take a risk. You've been scared to be fully authentic and transparent in regards to something. You've been struggling with confidence. A lot of you have been in the house, not really outside, exploring nature, exploring, what there is to offer in your environment. You've been really like day to day. Your reality has become predictable, and it's no longer becoming fun. It's becoming very, again, the word mundane is very, very loud. But it's like if you want to experience more life, you need to truly live life, okay? And then we're ending with the Page of Earth, which is the Page of Pentacles, upright, scholarly, dependable, patient, successful. Good news about financial matters. So you guys could be getting a raise, hearing about a raise coming, a bonus coming, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study. You could also be wanting to invest in a business. Do it. Do it. It's going to pay off. And then you have the Three of Pentacles, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. So the more that you work with people, I feel like this is more so with the divine. The more that you work with the divine, the more that you are rewarded with financial security, basically. The more that you work against the divine, the more that you will financially suffer. Okay? All right. Final message for Cancer. Hope you guys have an amazing day whenever you're watching this. The Queen of Cups, your energy, tender-hearted, empathetic, patient, loving. Relationships develop to a new level. Trust your intuition. Care for yourself and others, which we've been saying. But this is between you and your spirit team. And ooh, the two queens. We had the two kings at first. Now we have the two queens. This is you're coming into balance with your passion and your emotions. And now we have confident, warm, intelligent, and graceful. Stretch your wings and fly. Don't underestimate yourself. Assert your independence and creativity. You can do bad out by yourself. And if someone's meant to do bad with you, they will meet you. Possibility for union. We had that card. Yeah, you come into your own new partnerships or contracts. Continue to move forward. Okay? I love you. God bless you. I will see you soon for a few all sign readings. Bye. Like, comment, subscribe, share as well.